Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say hi and tell you how much I missed you. I hope you're all doing well, and I wanted to read you a story today. I was going to read you the Elmer story, but I found it on YouTube where David McKee, the author, reads it. So I'd like you to see him. So I want you to try to watch it on YouTube to see him read it. The one I'm going to read to you is Elmer and the Hippos, and it's also by David McKee. He's written it and illustrated it, and it is published by Anderson Press. Elmer the Patchwork Elephant was having a friendly chat with Lion and Tiger when 3 angry elephants came by. "Elmer," said one, "the hippos have come to live here." "Tell them to go, Elmer," said the second. "There isn't room for them and us." "What if they don't want to go?" asked Elmer. "Tell them we'll make them," said a third elephant. Said Elmer. "Let me talk to them." Elmer's always very kind. "Hello, hippos," said Elmer. "Hello, Elmer," said the hippos. "Elmer," said one, "we know we're not wanted here, but our river has dried up, and we have to have a river." "Make yourself at home," said Elmer. "I'll speak with the other elephants." Elmer told the elephants about the hippos' problem. "Imagine," he said, "if our river dried up." The elephants agreed to let the hippos stay, but they grumbled because the river would be crowded. "I'll take a look at their river," said Elmer. He's looking for a solution. The hippos' river was completely dry. "Strange," thought Elmer. "I wonder what happened." He set off along the dry riverbed. At last he came to some cliffs. The gap where the river normally flowed was blocked by a pile of rocks. The rocks fell and stopped the river. A bird told him. "Move the rocks and the river will flow again," thought Elmer. But that means a lot of work. On his way home, Elmer visited his cousin Wilbur. "Come on, Wilbur," he said. "I need your help." "Good," the elephants said when they heard the news. "The hippos can move the rocks, get their river back, and then they can go home." "It will take them ages," said Wilbur. "They don't have trunks." "Still, they can stay here and use our river." An elephant said, "If we help them, it will soon be done." "Right," said Elmer. "Get a good night's sleep. We'll start early in the morning." The next morning, Elmer called to the hippos. "Come on, we're going to get your river back. Are you feeling strong?" The elephants and the hippos were soon bragging about how strong they were as they marched along, all together. When they saw the rocks, the bragging stopped, and they set to work, pushing and pulling the rocks from the gap. As the pile became smaller, the elephants and the hippos became dustier and dirtier. "I'd love a nice dip in the river now," said an elephant. "Keep working and you'll soon be able to," laughed Elmer. Sometime later, a hippo shouted, "Water!" as the first trickle came through the rocks. "Careful," said Wilbur. "It will come with a rush." And it did. The water suddenly poured through, pushing the last of the rocks out of the way. You'll notice they're all kind of dusty and gray. Even Elmer and Wilbur. Cheering and laughing, they all plunged into the river and forgot their tiredness as they washed off the dust and played in the water again all together. When they finally parted, the hippos thanked the elephants and said, "Come and visit us any time." "You too," said the elephants, "any time." Later, Elmer said, "You were all pretty friendly with the hippos in the end." "Of course," said the elephants. "Besides, imagine if our river dried up." They weren't thinking about themselves. They were trying to think of the hippos. The end. You are all starting to be really good about thinking of others. While you're home with your family, try your hardest to think about your mom and your dad. And if you have sisters or brothers, you can think about them to know that I'm thinking about you and I'm sending you lots of love. Thank you, and I'll see you next week when I read Pickin' Peas.